Dante Wright, he had stole $820. He brandished a handgun, threatened a woman, give him $820 one morning, December 2019. Choked the woman. She's handing the cash over. So, give me all your money. I'm choking you. Shut the hell up. Here's a gun. I got a gun. Is he brandishing it, just showing it, or pointing it, pointing the gun right in her face? Pointing the gun right in her face. So, just what? A sneeze away from killing her. Not sure if he's on the run. Did have, warrant out for his arrest, but then they're going to arrest him for that first thing, and then the warrant that he got, arrested for recently had something to do with something else. And then there was something about they sent it to the wrong address, and so he had a warrant for his arrest, but they sent it to the wrong address, so he didn't even know he had a warrant out for his arrest, and so you have what happened, okay? So, I already said Dante Wright not guilty, but I'm, looking at the whole situation now. I felt rushed. I said that I was going to give a verdict, but second-degree manslaughter. Kim Potter has been charged. I wanted her to get charged. She's getting charged, so she's going to go through the criminal justice system. Let's see if she gets 10 years in jail. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but my God, a police officer got charged? That sounds crazy. The police chief has resigned. Major changes are coming to, Minneapolis or wherever that Brooklyn Center is, that suburb. So Dante Wright did not deserve to get killed. She deserves to get charged and go through the criminal justice system. Since major changes is coming, she's getting justice. Now I want to take a look at, Dante Wright. I said he didn't deserve to die, but to me it just seems crazy that you would resist like that, that you would twist your arm and you would run away as if like that's acceptable, behavior. Now I'm going to mention that Army lieutenant, right? There's times when cops are on some dumb, corrupt shit. So what do you do when you're a man and the cops are on some dumb, corrupt shit? Well, you might have to resist, right? You have a right to self-preservation. So Dante Wright, perhaps he saw the whole system as being against him. But he's not an angel. When he's got a warrant, for his arrest, maybe it's for this, specific thing. Maybe it's for this or that or whatever, didn't show up for court. But essentially, it's all the same shit. He went, so according to the document, he and a high school friend, he's over at an apartment in Osseo, a neighboring suburb to the town where Wright died, called Brooklyn Center. At the party one night, December 2019, at the end of the hangout, around 2:30 a.m., the young men supposedly could not find a ride home. Well, Dante can't find a ride home. He has to spend the night here. So the two women who lived at the house allowed them to sleep on the floor. Okay, so the next morning, one of the women left for work. Her roommate told authorities that Dante Wright blocked the apartment's exit, pulled out a handgun, demanded that she hand over $820 in cash. So he pointed a gun right at her. And if she didn't do it, was he going to kill her? Was he going to murder her? Was he going to murder her and take the money? When I think about meeting somebody, when I think about talking to somebody, so if I was to invite you over to my house, I'm worried about entertaining my guests. I want, my place to be nice, and I want to entertain my guests, have good jokes, have good stories, have, good food, good drink, talk about stuff that they like, hope that the interaction goes well. Well, shit, if the only intent was for that motherfucker to, try to steal my rent money, well then I guess we're not going to have a nice repertoire, right? We're not going to have good generative dialogue. So, I'm sick of assholes, I'm sick of shitheads, I'm sick of pieces of shit. People suck. But I guess the worst ones are the cruel people, the sadistic people, the criminal people that fucking hurt people over and over again. I can't stand them motherfuckers. And then a thief, maybe big, fucking McDonald's or a big corporate conglomerate or some, nation, state, or from the government, right? Take office supplies from the government or some shit. But to steal your neighbor's anything, to take your neighbor's anything, you go to work for 8 hours, and you come home and the neighbor fucking took your shit. What a piece of fucking garbage. What an absolute piece of fucking garbage. So you go to work because, you know, that would be a wonderful society if everybody believed in working an honest day's work for an honest day's paid. Can you imagine? America, I have a dream, America, where we all work for an honest day's pay, for an honest day's wages. And, you know, when I'm out working, I'm not worried about you doing anything, because you're working too. We're all working. We're all working. We're all making money. We're all making honest day's pay for an honest, you know, honest day. We're working an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. So, shit, we're getting an honest day's wages for an honest day's work. This is what, I have a dream, America. I have a dream. So assholes and shitheads and pieces of shit, you all get a pass. You all get a pass. It's the fucking criminal motherfuckers. The criminal, I want nice, hardworking people. I want nice, hardworking men in my neighborhood. Nice, hardworking men, not criminal motherfuckers. What the fuck is a good? What good is a criminal motherfucker? Talk about, you know, I used to have a joke about who would ever invite an asshole to a party? Like, you know, you have a party and it's like, you know what this party needs? It needs an asshole. You know what? It would be worse to say, you know what this party needs? It needs a fucking criminal. No, this party doesn't need assholes. It doesn't need criminals. Maybe a comedian. Maybe a singer. Maybe a dancer. A fucking asshole. A criminal. No, we don't need these motherfuckers. I want nice, hard-working people that believe in, you know, hard work, that believe in labor, that believe in pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, doing what they can. You can only get so far, but you got your labor, right? So if you don't even use your labor, well, then you're kind of throwing one of your major options away. You're only going to get, you're not going to get everything that you know, earn, that you deserve, but that you earn. But the only way that you're going to get anywhere is if you go out and labor and work for it. That's the only way you're going to get anything. You know, you might raise a garden, you might not get all the carrots to come up. It might be a dead crop. The whole crop might be, you know. So you might not get anything in return for your labor. But if you don't even plant any carrots, if you don't even plant anything, the return is guaranteed. You get nothing. It's guaranteed. So when it comes to Daunte Wright, this motherfucker is pointing a gun at this, you know, stealing fucking money. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Is this the first time does he do this shit a lot? Is this what this motherfucker does all day, every day? It's fucking bullshit. You know, honest people trying to do honest work out here, and then this motherfucker wants to go around and fuck with people. Stole $820 from a lady that let him spend the night, so she was kind enough to let him stay in the house when he couldn't find a ride home, and then the way he fucking repays her is by fucking her over as hard as he could. I guess he let her live, right? I guess. But if he would have sneezed, then he would have been the, you know, person that would have shot and killed somebody. So, you know, Daunte Wright going around, that is some fucking bullshit. Candace Owens saying, why do black folks, as the black, you know, community, black nation, pick these terrible people to be there? I think what black people are saying, if we're going to put it all on black people, because it's not all on black people, but I think black people are saying enough is enough, this is bullshit. And if you're going to kill a person, it better be for some major shit. You can't just go around, you know, killing willy-nilly. And so, if that's the argument, is that the whole system, that was like O.J. Simpson, right? There's people in the jury that basically thought that he was, you know, guilty, but they went ahead and said that he was not guilty because the police are on some dumb bullshit, and they're always fucking with people, and they're always getting shit wrong, and they don't ever fucking fix the problem. They're not like Andy Griffith. They're not going around asking people, how are they doing? They don't actually care about solving the situation. They want to see that action, and if it's not all fucking, you know, popping off here and there, then they don't, and that's fucking bullshit because they can prevent so many things from happening by nipping the shit in the bud, by talking about it and, you know, getting the shit resolved early on instead of letting it brew up and build up and it turn into something different. But I guess that's what they want, right? Once it all blows up, then they can come in and then they're the, so, but community policing, going around asking people how you doing, this and that, that's way better. It's way better to be, you know, that's a better person, that's a better human to be. Instead of just a fascist fucking violent psycho. So I get what they're saying, police are on some bullshit, but because you have Daunte Wright going around robbing motherfuckers, you need the goddamn police. Don't want him to get shot. She's been charged with a crime. The police chief has been fired. So now let's look at Daunte Wright. This is supposed to be 4, you know, days. This is You know, this bullshit, Derek Chauvin, it's bad timing. But you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Adam Toledo, 13-year-old in Chicago. He had a gun. What is he doing? Running around with a gun. And the Old West, you know, if you're in a duel, you got a gun, he's got a gun. The first person to pull the gun out of the holster is the, you know, chump, is the murderer, is the person that could be thrown in jail because they're the ones that said they're going to kill the other person by sucker shooting them. But the other person who pulls second defended themselves. And so all bets are off. They defended themselves. So with that in mind, once you pull your gun out of your holster, all bets are off. Once you pull your gun out of your holster, then that's ready. Okay, now, you know, someone's about to get shot and someone's going to die. So Adam Toledo had a loaded gun and he's running with the loaded gun, and then I guess he's getting tired and he goes off to the side in the alley and he throws the gun, you know, behind the fence, and then he puts up his hands like, what? I don't have nothing. But because it was so quick, the cop shoots him and immediately is, you know, shot just like once, maybe twice in the chest or something. And he's like, you know, he cares. He calls EMS and he's like, shit, come on, keep fighting, don't die on me. And the guy dies. Now, you know, I don't want to see anybody die. I'm a liberal, so for the most part, the death penalty is bullshit. But I actually believe in the death penalty. So eye for an eye, right? You kill somebody in cold blood, then that's what you deserve. That's what you did to them. You ended their chapter. Your chapter deserves to be ended. Eye for an eye. So what am I trying to say? I'm saying for the cop at the 13-year-old, that's not guilty. Not guilty. And people want to make it, it's not Wild West, it's just white trash. And it's not, you know, I know it's not white trash or whatever, but it's just talking about criminality. It's beyond color. Kim Potter, right? This is major stuff. She's looking at second-degree manslaughter, 10 years in jail. Police chief has been fired. If I had to shoot a man, you know, say the man tries to kill me, I shoot them, I would then call the cops and then turn myself in. And it's not because I believe in the system, but I feel like, you know, I played Grand Theft Auto. The alternative is you have to give yourself up to the system. You don't have a choice. And really, I mean, could it be any other way? If you just, you know, your neighbors, there was a shootout and there's a person that's dead, don't even arrest. Don't even ask a question. Last thing I'm going to mention is I'm not down on people of color. I very much love people of color, and I very much don't like the cops. Sometimes the cops are right, though, and actually a lot of times the cops are right. And but the cops need to do better, too. So, you know, I think it depends on what area. Kentucky cops are way worse than Colorado cops. Kentucky cops are way more corrupt and way more backwards, way more shitty. So the last thing I want to mention is that Army lieutenant thing. Whoopi Goldberg got it right. I don't know what she's talking about with all that. She's talking about legislation. Well, the problem is the legislation of this and that. Meghan McCain, she had mentioned that if she was, you know, as a woman, if she told a police officer she was scared, the police officer would console her and reassure her that he's not trying to hurt her. I remember telling a police officer that I was scared, and then I got, you know, attacked, and then my entire place got ransacked for no reason. So that's, you know, that's fucking black and white there. So a woman says they're scared. Oh, honey, don't be scared. A man says they're scared. Well, what the fuck? Oh, well, shit, that means I get to bully you. I get to bully you now. Why are you scared? Because you're a psycho, and you guys are pieces of shit, and you don't give a shit about me or anything, you know, the working class people say and do. You don't give a shit about working class families at all. You care about yourselves. You don't care about us. So the cops suck. The cop sucks on so many levels. The only thing that I'll say the cop is good for, you know, the cops are to extract those violent people, to get those, you know, so for order. But that's, you know, I think that's the only thing you can really give the credit, you know, the cops all the credit in the world. They preserve order. So, this Army lieutenant, just to, you know, let you know I'm not a hater. I know exactly what the fuck he was going through. It's bullshit. So the Army lieutenant, he's in a truck, he's out, out and about somewhere in the rural countryside, and now a cop wants to pull you over. Well, shit, late at night, out in the middle of nowhere, cop wants to pull you over. Oh, man, and then you saw who that piece of shit was, so that motherfucker wanted to bully a motherfucker. He wanted to pull somebody over in the dark of the night and fucking bully them in the middle of the fucking night, just yelling and carrying on and acting like a fucking, and what did the Army lieutenant do? What was his initial crime? Something about tags or something? He's right, he did, he's fought for our country and this is how he's getting treated? What the fuck is that shit? The guy yells at him, well, obstructing of justice for, that's obstructing of justice is just a fucking bullshit charge that the cops yell at you if they're harassing and bullying you and they just don't like you. So obstruction of justice is like a bullshit charge. It's like disorderly conduct, right, or harassing communications, or what's some other ones, just dumb little ones. Even menacing, it's kind of like menacing, like, ooh, menacing. And then you sully it, too, when you say that's menacing, and you say, like, this ain't menacing, him, like, beating the shit out of this woman, him running around with a gun. He had a gun, and so I feel like he pulled the gun already because he was running, right? He was running with the gun in his hands. Now, he throws it off to the side, but the guy doesn't know if he's throwing it to the side or raising it to go shoot him. And so, it's a split-second decision. He made the wrong decision, and now the dude is dead. Now, I forgive him because what the fuck if he would have, what if the dude didn't throw it off to the side and turned and shot? I don't know if you saw the video of that cop getting shot in New Mexico by the AR-15, but that was just 1 second. So 1 second he pointed and he shot it at him. And so that, it could have gone that direction too. So if he would have taken the gun and pointed at him, then I would have, that would have made me feel better, about the police officer having to shoot him. But what the fuck was Adam Toledo doing with the fucking gun? What's he doing running around Chicago with the fucking loaded gun? 13 years old? What are you doing in my community, bro? What the fuck are you? You're going to bring what? You're going to be a dentist? You're going to... What are you going to do? You going to build a homeless shelter? Tell me what good are you in my neighborhood? Give me one... Just tell me one thing. What are you good? Why are you good for? Just why are you good for our neighborhood? Why should we allow you to be in our neighborhood? Give us one good reason. And if you can't do something for us, but you're not going to harm people. But motherfuckers that go around harming people, they're sadistic, they're psycho. They fucking love it. They love it. It gives them power. Their cruelty gives them power. Criminal motherfuckers, sadistic criminal motherfuckers are just cruel, and they just love to hurt people. So I know how that Army lieutenant felt, right? Turns his lights on, he wants to harass this person. The Army lieutenant says, I'm not going to get harassed in the middle of nowhere. So he drives 10 minutes, to the BP or whatever, to the gas station, and guess what? Well, shit, the dude's driving slowly. It's not a pursuing, but the cop is all pissed off because he wants to harass him right here, right now, in the middle of nowhere. But since he's going to a well-lit area, now, the shithead, trigger-happy cop, the hothead, shithead, trigger-happy cop is all pissed off. What the fuck you made me drive all the way out here for? Christopher Watts, he killed his whole family, he said, because he just snapped one day. Just one day, he just got pissed off. He just got mad. So, well, shit, right? Anybody can pull a trigger, and that only takes a half a second. So if you get pissed off, and then the trigger is right there, well, people should watch out. And you should check yourself if you're getting mad, right? If you get mad, if people are getting mad that's around you, because all it takes, right? Get mad a little bit, shit could go, shit could go downhill real quick. So, dude's already pissed off, right? Christopher Watts, he killed his whole family just by snapping. So this is a police officer, right? A person of color. They're going to make it. They got body cameras and shit, so I don't even know what the fuck that dude was on. Just yelling at him and saying, do this, do that, get on the ground, and fucking treating him like shit, pepper spraying him and all that is, bullshit. It's humiliating. The way they're fucking treating him is bullshit. It's bullshit. Those cops, thank God that Army lieutenant sued those cops because he kind of had to, right? And then thank God that guy got fired. But if he didn't have the power, if he didn't have the money to get the lawsuit, or to get the lawyers or whatever, then he'd lose his fucking job because some piece of shit, corrupt cop fucking came across his path one day. Well, we here at the Army, doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. You fucked up just by, letting them fuck you over. You fucked up by letting them fuck you over. You shouldn't have let him do it. What should he have done? Fucking flee? Should he have ran? So I feel for that Army lieutenant. He's about to lose every goddamn thing because this stupid fucking corrupt motherfucker wants to fuck with him. And he got to fuck with him that day, right? Talking about ride the lightning and shit. He's going to put him on and make an electric chair. He's going to fucking put him on the electric chair because he's just talking to him. He don't like how he's talking. The guy was nice and polite and decent. And it's incredible when you have nice, polite, decent people, you know. And then when you have, like, these fucking terrible I don't know. Can we all get along? I do wish we all could just get along. But I just want to say something about the Adam Toledo case. 13-year-old had a gun, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, not guilty for the cop. Adam Toledo, he didn't deserve to die, but he didn't deserve not to die. You know, it wasn't, I always wish that all these people, I wish that they didn't die. I wish we could have shot him in the leg or did this or do that. But I feel, yeah, I give him a pass because he had to make a split-second decision. He had to make a split-second decision. And if he would have, you know, chose, let's say he didn't shoot and then he would have shot, then he would have been the one that was dead. So, yeah, when criminals go around being sadistic, cruel motherfuckers, hurting people for no apparent reason whatsoever, I like it when police officers stop that shit from happening. But when the police officers go around and they're the fucking criminals and they're just harassing people and they're just being sadistic and cruel and they're just, you know, being fascist bullies just to have a good laugh, just to be fun, I don't like that shit either. So I don't like criminals whether they wear a badge or criminals whether they're just, you know, a civilian on the street. Fuck a criminal. Fuck a criminal. Fuck a criminal. Motherfuckers want to... He's an Army lieutenant. And now the criminal, is because he's wearing a uniform and a badge, now he's going to ruin that Army lieutenant's fucking life. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You put everything on the fucking line. And since everything is so fucking do or die, Jesus Christ. It makes you think about that, you know, that one song, This Is America. Don't let me catch you slipping now. Don't let me catch you slipping now. If you think the system is against you, I mean, I never use the court system to resolve my disputes, but maybe we should. Maybe we should have an effective court system. Maybe we should have like a makeshift 3-person localized court that we could always go to and just say, hey, because when you arrest somebody, since you're, you know, assaulting them and you're attacking them and you're throwing them in jail, kidnapping them, right? You're assaulting them, you're kidnapping them, you're imprisoning them, you're taking away their rights, you're oppressing them. You're taking everything away from them. So when you're going to arrest somebody, it's got to be for, you know, major shit. It's got to be for major motherfucking shit. You can't arrest people just, you know, because of whatever, for dumb little petty shit. I guess you could try to do that dumb shit, but I feel like that's the problem. That's the problem is if cops want to use the power of violence and the power to arrest and the power to shoot their gun as soon as they come up onto the scene, the situation ain't going to get solved. I mean, I guess it will get solved in some fucking, you know, but it won't get solved because it'll carry on. It'll make it worse. Obstruction of justice. I'm going to get you for obstruction of justice. He's driving a truck. He's got brown skin. Well, shit, he's already fucked it right there, right? What are you doing? You got brown skin and you're driving a truck? He was a good, polite guy, and he was, you know, getting treated like dog shit. Meanwhile, in New Mexico, that state boy was sitting there giving Mr. Drug Dealer, murderer motherfucker all the respect in the world. Cops, I'll end it off with just this. And actually, just for humans. Men, when you come up onto a scene and you see 5 men, one big-ass man and then a couple little men or whatever, and you're like, God, I'm a little... That big-ass man might kick my ass, right? You should check yourself. Since you're afraid of that big-ass man, maybe other people are afraid of that big-ass man, and that's the person you should ask first. That's the person you should be the most skeptical about. That motherfucker, okay. He's all confident, and he's the one that's bullying everybody. Of course he's going to, you know, just fucking play you. You've been playing everybody else, going to play you now. So when you come up onto the scene, check yourself. Okay, there's 5 people here. Who am I afraid of? Okay, that's the person that I need to I need to check myself, and I'm not going to be afraid and be like, okay, whatever you say is right because I'm afraid. No. Now I'm going to ask you the toughest questions. Maybe I ask it last. Maybe I ask you first. Take you off to the side first. But check yourself. Check yourself. If you're afraid, then other people are afraid. So therefore, that's the person that's, you come up onto the scene, right? You don't know anybody from anybody. Well, size them up. Have some proprioception. And write that word down and Google it because that's that's the ninja way. That's the ninja way. You want a civil society of Castilla County? You want Robert's Rules of War? You want parliamentary procedure? You want unanimous? You want all of us, kumbaya, all for one, one for all? Well, it's got to be unanimous, and the only way we're going to have it unanimous is if one person speaks at a time, so we've got to have some kind of parliamentary procedure. We also got to have some sort of kind of commitment that we're going to have each other's backs. But anyways, yeah, Daunte Wright stole $820 by gunpoint. Could you imagine? Could you do that? Could you go around and just by gunpoint, go around fucking robbing a motherfucker that just let you spend the night? Oh, who took pity on you? You don't have a ride home? Well, okay, you could spend the night. Fuck somebody over that was kind to you. Your life is so fucking good. You found somebody that was kind to you and you're going to fucking, shit on them. I want more of those ladies that let Daunte Wright sleep on their floor. I want more kind people like that in my neighborhood. I don't want the Daunte Wrights that's going to fuck people over like that. I don't like that. That's bullshit. I have to sit there, fuck a criminal. Fuck a criminal. And I think I've made my point, so. Alrighty. Come on, America. It's just getting a little warmer. We can